Hey guys, so Covergirl recently launched some new exciting products and I am very curious to try them. We have a concealer, lip balm, a cheap product, some eye products, a powder bronzer. So if you guys are curious to see these products in action and hear my thoughts, then just keep watching. Okay, the first new product is the Clean Invisible Concealer, which I feel like this might be a rebranding. And mine's not looking so hot. It's already looking like it's kind of separating. It says new and improved formula. Okay, so it's an improved version of an old formula, probably. The claims on here are lightweight, creamy formula provides light buildable coverage for a breathable, skin-like finish made with 100% natural origin pigments. The silky formula glides on easily and blends in seamlessly. It virtually disappears. Smooth skin texture for coverage that conceals without creasing or flaking. And I just have a little bit of under eye masks on. These are Pacifica, I want to say. And these are the only ones that I've found that do not mess up my makeup after the fact. So there's that. So I have the shade 103 Light Ivory. See what I mean by it like separating in the tube already? It looks like it's old. Like if I saw this somewhere, I wouldn't want to use it. Maybe it just needed to be mixed a little. Okay, it's got a very, very small pointed doe foot wand. Doesn't smell like it's gone bad. And excuse the hand, I was swatching things earlier and things were staining. All right, so it's got like a peachy undertone, which I like for under the eyes. I was trying out this palette from Clarity Cosmetics earlier, so that's what's on my eyes. And spoiler alert, it's impressive. All right, let's see. And I don't know what it is with my skin lately, but it has been breaking out like crazy, especially around my mouth and my forehead. I don't know why. It's not really blending. You see that? It's just kind of sitting there. What on earth? Are you seeing this? It's not blending out. What on earth is going on? Okay, this is the weirdest formula of concealer I've ever used. It doesn't blend out. Perhaps you have to use your finger. That is very strange. It needs the warmth of your finger to blend. Even then, it's not fully blending out. Okay, when I use my finger, I feel like it blends away all of the coverage and then you no longer have a concealer. Okay, let's try something else. Let's try the brush that I use for concealer. Okay, it's only been on for a matter of seconds. Let's see what happens. Okay, so when they say undetectable, it really isn't doing a whole lot. It does say light, but this is just a very strange formula. It dries down so fast you can't even blend it out. And even when you are blending it out, like you can still see like the trace of where I blended it out, but it's not actually covering the thing I want covered. So I'm gonna say this one is a pass just off the bat. Isn't working for me. So I'm going to hop off, apply some concealer that does work and some foundation, and we'll be back to try the color products and some bronzer and some eye products. I'm very excited. Okay, so I applied a little bit of the Tower 28 Serum Concealer and the L'Oreal Hyaluronic Acid Tinted Serum as my base, and everything is already dry. Those kind of like sink in quickly. I didn't set the under eyes yet, so wait for the creases to happen. But I wanted to try this product that I've been seeing at Ulta, but I wasn't able to get my hands on it. It is the All Over Dewy Tint, Eyes, Lips, Cheeks. So it says squeeze a tiny dot onto the fingers and blend. So you can use it on your eyelids, your lips, or your cheeks. I have another product for the lips, but I am curious to know what this looks like on the cheeks. I don't know if this is a gel formula. Generally, gel blushes like the Maybelline gel blush they came out with a couple years ago was a complete flop for me. The Sephora gel blush did not work for me. So I am curious. So I have 3 shades. I have Rosy Brown, I have 500 Cozy Coral, And I have 300 Mauve Kiss. And I think there were a couple more shades, but Covergirl was kind enough to send me an assortment. So these are the 3 that I have right now. We'll start off with 100 Rosy Brown, which looks very intense in the tube. This is what it looks like. Oh, blended out. Interesting. So don't be intimidated by the color you see in the tube. It is not at all the same color. This is really pretty. That's very pretty. Next we have Mauve Kiss, which looks like a deep, dusty mauve, I would say. Right here. Oh, it's much lighter. All right, so rule of thumb, the color that you see in these is not what you're gonna get. Here is Mauve Kiss right here. Definitely not the same color again. Interesting, interesting. And then we have 500 Cozy Coral right down here. Which that one's like the same color family, but just not nearly as intense. So that's probably the closest to the color in the tube. I think I want to try the very first one, Rosy Brown, this one right here. Okay, so it's not even this dark on the face. Interesting. I feel like I want to mix some of that with the orange. On my face, it looks a lot rosier and pinkier than it did on my hand. On my hand, it looks like a warm, almost brown shade, and on the cheeks, it looks almost like it's got like a pink hue to it. Let's do the other side. Let's try the lips. But just being honest, if the only way to apply this is with the fingertips, I am never going to reach for this because I do not like applying makeup with my fingers. So it looks nice on the cheeks, but I feel like I need a bit more warmth. So I'm actually going to go into the peachy one. I'm not sure it warmed it up that much, and I'm also not sure if it's taking off my foundation underneath. Like right here, I feel like I'm seeing like a bald spot where there's no foundation left. Same with right here. So I feel like doing several layers is disturbing the product underneath. Like I had foundation here, and I feel like it's missing. So I'm not sure this is my favorite formula, especially if I have to use my fingers. I just feel like it's a bit splotchy looking here and right here. So while it does set down, I don't think that it's the most flattering and user-friendly, and it did stain my finger, which is always fun. So I'd say we're off to a bit of a rocky start today with Covergirl. I don't know, just gel formula blushes are not the most forgiving. They're not the easiest to work with. So I will continue to play around with them. Perhaps I can use a brush next time, or maybe mix it in with a little bit of my foundation and apply it that way so that it's a bit more even. But so far, not loving these. Yeah. But the fact that they dry down so easily makes me think they would work really well on the eyelids because they dry down. So next we have a lip product. I've been eyeing these for a while too. I feel like they've been out for a little while, but wasn't able to get my hands on them. They are the Clean Fresh Tinted Lip Balms. I have 3 shades here. Hyaluronic Complex, up to 24-hour moisture and hydration. Interesting. Sheer Tinted Balm instantly hydrates and smooths lips while locking in 24-hour moisture. So you should only need to apply these once a day then. All right, so first off, we have Made for Peach. Okay, they're cute. They're like a rounded little balmy thing. We'll just do the swatches right here. Made for Peach. I know this one's not my color, but I'll show you. They're very hydrating. That's actually not a bad shade. Made for Peach. Next up, we have You're the Palm, I guess like pomegranate. Definitely pinky tone. If you want some pink lips, here you go. And then finally we had I Cherish You. So like a purplier version of this one. I wouldn't say this is cherry. I would say this is almost like a wine. But they feel very, very comfortable. I wish there was a shade that was like my ideal shade because this formula is really nice. Let me switch into the peach one, see if I can make that one work. But this is a very nourishing, silky smooth formula. I like that. Next up, let's try this new loose bronzer, which makes me very nervous. It's the Clean Fresh Radiant Loose Powder Bronzer in the shade 1 Sunkissed. Okay, first thing to note is the lid just pulls off. It isn't like a twisty lid or anything. It's just pressure down and up. So when you pull up and the seal is off, this will likely puff everywhere. So you've been warned. So let's see what this looks like. All right, that looks like it might be light enough to work for me, and I do see a bit of the glow already on my finger. All right, so I have some in the cap. I'm just gonna swirl it into my brush. Okay, this reminds me of the blush they came out with that had like some glow. Let me see if I can find it. This actually reminds me a lot of this one from Covergirl, the True Blend So Flushed High Pigment Bronzer. I am curious. They are quite similar. I would say that the powder one is just a bit lighter than the pressed powder. It's very light and soft. You can just see like from side to side, no color, just a bit of glow on this side, but not being too much. I kind of like that. So just got back from vacation. Haven't seen the sun in weeks, months, years. It is pretty. So when you're done, you just have to press down. But let's see what happens when we have to release. Okay, that wasn't too bad. Just a little bit of powder, but just use caution. 2 new products left. Next up, we have some new liners. We have Shimmering Brown, Dazzling Burgundy, and Matte Jet Black. I don't think there's really anything that exciting about a matte jet black, but I am curious about the Shimmering Brown and Burgundy. Oh, these are the Perfect Point Plus Ink Gel Eye Pencils. 24-hour wear, clean formula, glides like gel, stays like ink. Okay, it looks like they've got the liner on one side and a smudgy brush on the other. My arm is running out of space, so how about we try right here? Ooh, that's the burgundy. That's very, very pretty. Oh, sharpener, as well as a smudger. Smudges slightly, and that is on the back of my hand, or the front of my hand, which is slightly different. So it smudges out, so you could use it like a shadow stick if you chose to. There's definitely a little bit of shimmer to this, which is pretty. And then we have the brown one. Almost black, honestly. Not a whole lot of shimmer in that. I can see the shimmer more on the sponge tip than I can on my hand itself. I feel like I could use a little bit of brown liner in this look, so maybe I will do the brown on top and smudge the burgundy on the bottom. All right, brown on top. I feel like the brown is a little bit too cool for this look, but let's try the burgundy on the lower lash line, and I have not set my under eyes yet, so. That was easy enough. Okay, so the only product left to try is the Exhibitionist and Kelsey Ballerini Liquid Glitter Shadows. They make some really good shadows, so I will swatch these. We already have a lot of shimmer on the lids, but perhaps we can add a little bit more. All right, let's try this one first. This looks like a duochrome red to gold. This one is, oh, it just says number 5. All right, I don't know if they have names or not, but this one says number 5. Ooh, that's pretty. It is, it's like a pink to red to almost orange shifty shade. We have number 4. Those are beautiful, like metallic shades. I wouldn't say they're glitters. They're like metallic shadows. Number 3 looks like a gold with silver glitter, I would say. Yes, that one definitely has a lot more glitter particles to it than the first 2. And then we have number 1. I'm probably missing number 2 somewhere. And that one has quite a bit of chunky silver glitter in it as well. But we'll do this one on the inner corner. That's pretty. I would say it's like a nice champagne-y neutral shade. And then why don't we try some of this, like a golden one on the lid, since we were already going that direction. Ready? Ooh. Whoa, that's metallic. Ooh. Ooh, and as you blend it out, you really start to get that silver glitter coming through. Wow. That's pretty. See, as I'm like tapping it out, the shimmer is spreading, but not so much the color. So if you just want more of like a light layer, apply it very lightly and then use your finger to spread it out and the glitter will kind of disperse. That's very pretty. Wow. I'm all dolled up with nowhere to go. So again, here are the shades close up. Okay, so my thoughts. The concealer, hard pass for me. Don't know what it was doing. The dry time was like in a millisecond and then you couldn't blend it out and there was really no coverage. So for me, that's a pass. The Dewy Cheek products, they look okay with the bronzer buffed over them. Like you can't quite see how patchy they were. But for me right now, they're a maybe because I want to try these more with a brush, with a sponge to see if there's a better way to apply them without getting my fingers stained. As you can see, my finger is stained from the blushes. So if that's the case, I will not be using them if I have to apply them with my fingers, but if I can find a workaround, I will let you guys know. The Clean Fresh lip tints, I have the peach one on, and I think this is very flattering, very comfortable, very hydrating. So of the 3, I personally prefer Made from Peach. I will continue to use this one, but my daughter's actually been asking for a tinted lip product, so I feel like the berry one would probably be great for her. So I think she'll really enjoy this formula. It's not so mature that I feel like my 11-year-old can't wear it. It's a nice tinted lip balm. The liners, I can't say there's anything that makes them that unique and special aside from the other liners that are already out there, but it was a nice formula. It glides on easily. It gives you a little time to smudge it out. So no complaints. It's a nice liner if you're in the market for a liner. And then this guy is actually really pretty. I was expecting it to be messy and dark, but as you're buffing it out, it's just this gorgeous, healthy glow. I don't know if you can see like a slightly golden glow. I could see if you go overboard with this, it could lean towards a golden highlighter. But right now, I just think it looks gorgeous. And I haven't used a setting spray yet either. So I think that will also kind of help the powder to melt in. But I think this is really pretty. I'm just not sure if it's as convenient as something like this. And they're very similar. So if you prefer something that's in a pressed formula, maybe go with this one from Covergirl. Or if you're looking for something that you can like buff in with like a powder and build up slowly, then you might want the powdered version, just up to preference, but both nice products. But I think the standout's probably these liquid shadows that were in collab with Kelsey Ballerini. These are beautiful. I think they're giving Stila a run for their money. I cannot wait to play with these more. I feel like the glittery ones, they spread best with the finger and then you get the glitter to really shine. But I'm excited about these. So these are a definite win for me. So all in all, we had a few that weren't super exciting and a few that I am very excited to continue trying. So I hope you guys enjoyed seeing what's new from Covergirl. If you enjoyed this video, remember to give it a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye guys.